Welcome to Shred Show episode 3. I'm Taylor.
I'm Tristan.
And today we're talking about which video editing software is best for you. Let's get stuck in.
So which video editing software is best for you?
Man, there's a few options. It really depends on what your application is, what your level of I don't know, level of skill is.
I feel like there's huge skill in filming, editing, just pretty much everything behind the scenes in skateboarding too. It takes almost just the same amount of time it is that you're going to learn a trick, I believe.
Yeah. And with that, I mean, first we'll start off with what we think is probably the best options available right now. A couple of them are software based on your computer, and then we have a couple of apps too.
So I feel as a skater, when I was growing my Instagram, trying to build some credibility, I was definitely into I started with Splice. Splice was the first editing software I went. It was just super simple.
That's an app, right?
Yeah, it's an app store, Google Play, whatever phone you have, you can find it. But I would just get my clip and then just pretty much just cut it up and put it over to music. That's kind of like the whole editing style I just did, like very simple and plain, black and white. Put your clips in there, cut them up to what direction you want them in, and then that's Splice for you.
Who do you think that's best for? Probably someone like filming on their phone. Like
I would say it's best for like filming on the phone and like kind of like just getting started and getting comfortable, because there are better options to Splice. I'm sure if you pay for Splice Pro, they have more features you could use. Yeah. But the free version, it's great to just like kind of like make like just a video put together real quick. You could adjust speed and all that stuff. But talking into apps, if you want to elevate on the free level, I think you want to go into CapCut. CapCut, their ramp slow-mo feature, which is like huge in skating. Like, just getting that effect and having that instant, like the templates and everything. Like if you're trying to grow Instagram and TikTok, they have the stuff that's like algorithm happy. Like you use that. Yeah. And it'll like, you can upload straight to that, and they like that. The social media is like that for some reason. So.
Straight to TikTok too.
Straight to TikTok.
Also, like I think Splice might do this as well. It's to a smaller extent, but CapCut has all the sounds that TikTok has built into CapCut.
Right.
So you can follow those trending sounds. So I think for the skater or editor trying to put together a quick edit for something like Reels or something, or even like if they actually just want to put together the post, something like a CapCut or a Splice is probably best, because you can ride the algorithm.
Like super fast, you could literally edit in TikTok and Instagram. They do have They do have a good amount of tools where you can just bang out a video like that. Depending how complex I'm trying to put something together. If it's just a single trick, something, I want to put it in slow-mo, I'm literally just opening up Instagram and just editing it there. Not going to waste my time jumping through apps.
And if you want to dive a little bit further into editing, I think a great entry-level editing software is probably, if you're an Apple user, Final Cut Pro. I think it's not cheap. It's like $300 or $400 for the Pro edition, but it is extremely user-friendly for a video editing software. Right. It's going to react similar to the way that these apps react, and the tools are right in front of you. Makes it pretty easy to cut together. I think that's pretty great for entry-level editing. Also, it gives you the opportunity to bring in assets from other spaces.
So can you dive deeper on what an asset is? Because I hear that a lot, like when I'm like, on Instagram, I see ads. It's like, buy this package and you're never going to have to get another asset again. Like, I'm like, I'm not buying a house. I don't know what's going on here.
An asset can be anything like your transitions or something they call like generators, which is like, you'll use them for various things, but like backgrounds, title packs can be assets. Images or small video clips can be assets. An asset is really like anything that you're going to use that's going to assist in the creation of the video. But really, with Final Cut Pro, they work really well with companies like Motion VFX, and they basically work together to allow you to streamline your workflow in a way that creates a really good image for the least amount of effort. Now, that said, they do limit you.
Right.
The same way like Apple like sort of restricts you in any other way, like if you're using Apple computers, you don't have the same level of customization that you would if you're using a Windows computer.
Or like say if I'm using CapCut and I want to use one of their pro features, it's like, okay. Like,
paywall.
Yeah, it's like I'm sorry, like I'm just making an Instagram edit. I'm not paying.
Yeah. Final Cut Pro is not the
Can
cheap
we have
way.
CapCut for skaters? Like just
And its color grading features aren't great in Final Cut Pro.
Okay.
But there are add-ons that are decent, like Color Finale is a good one. But again, all these things cost money. However, DaVinci Resolve is industry-leading color grading. It has great editing features built into it. It has everything you need: audio, video. It's basically an all-in-one solution. However, the learning curve is pretty steep.
So is it more complex kind of software? The tools aren't like right in front of your face like Final Cut Pro?
Oh yeah. I mean, it is, let's say it's very customizable, right? You can do almost anything you would want in this software, but you have to learn how to do it. And like its architecture, which is like the way it's the software is built, where the buttons are. I wouldn't call it the most user friendly because they use a lot of like icons and stuff that you sort of just learn to understand.
Hey, what is this arrow with a string attached to it going around a 360? I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
but no, definitely. So that kind of seems like the if you know kind of software.
Shoot, I mean, you see it advertised everywhere.
I've never heard of it until we were discussing this show. I was like,
yeah,
what the heck is that? I've heard of the other ones.
Yeah,
but this I'm like, all right.
The people that like might be watching, I don't know, videographer or photographer YouTube channels.
Right.
They've probably made the switch in sub capacity to advertising for DaVinci Resolve. They maybe started on another software, which is Adobe Premiere Pro, and I think
I've used Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
I have used it.
That one's great, and all of these are they're capable.
They're good for what you want to use them for.
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to produce with any of these.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So what's going to differentiate? Let's say you want to dive into like the computer application, full-fledged editing. You want to get a little bit more creative with it beyond the applications or just the phone apps. Who's using Final Cut Pro? Who's using Premiere Pro? Who's using DaVinci Resolve? Well, DaVinci Resolve is color grading 101. Like it's the best color grading software out there. There are a few others that compete with it, but like it's regarded as one of the best. It's used in full gigantic productions. Premiere Pro is another industry standard. If you learn how to use Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve, you could probably get a job like working on a major production because they're sort of the industry standard. Like everybody's using those. They work well. And I think the learning curve between Premiere Pro and DaVinci Resolve is probably going to be pretty similar. Tools available from asset sites like, I don't know, Envato Elements or something like that, where you can bring in you can bring in like different openers and stuff. Those are all available for both of them. And Final Cut Pro is just I think it's just user friendly and it gets you most of the way there. But you're going to run into things like that are just either hidden behind paywalls or you don't have quite as much control, but the learning curve's easier. So newer editors, Final Cut Pro costs a little bit of money. Premiere Pro, they have us pricing wise. I
know they have like the Creative Cloud. I know they have like a first year type thing. Like if you're doing it, it's like $40 a month for like every single application.
It's a subscription program. It's also great because like a lot of like your thumbnails and stuff you're going to edit.
But can you also just buy Premiere Pro? Can you buy?
I think they got rid of.
Get rid of that?
Yeah,
okay.
they're one-stop shop purchase, and you now own.
I mean, that's kind of like the day and age we live in too. It's like everything's subscription based. You could finance your groceries.
You know what isn't subscription based? Final Cut Pro and DaVinci Resolve. Splice Pro is, and so is CapCuts. But yeah, DaVinci Resolve's free software it'll get you all the way there. I mean, they have pro features, but like you can go start to finish in DaVinci Resolve and get a professional edit.
You could do DaVinci Resolve. They have a free version.
Oh yeah, and it's got everything you would need. And
Oh.
you can load in all the assets you need. Their pro version is I don't know if they call it the pro version, but
Okay.
like their subscription.
I think I
the
might
paid
download
version.
it and mess around with it.
It's very feature rich.
I know.
So
I know like 3 things. I know film, cut, and post.
I would say if you want to, as far as which one is best for you,
Right.
going through the list of the things that we covered today, Final Cut Pro, I think, is for someone that is a Mac user, already existing as a Mac user.
Right.
And they want to dive into more professional edits. CapCut is a great application for getting quick edits. So if you're looking for
your short forms type stuff, definitely looking on the, I would say CapCut's YouTube out of everything you're used to seeing here on the application side of things.
Yeah, especially if you want to link it to trending audio.
Yeah, and then the YouTube space is very new to me, so for that long form stuff, I feel like doing the Final Cut, the Adobe Premiere, and the DaVinci will definitely be your long form content.
Yeah,
what you really want to like dive into.
Premiere Pro, if you want to probably build a career in some type of editing, you'll steer into Premiere Pro, and DaVinci Resolve, if you want to steer into great color grading. That's going to be your best bet. But honestly, between Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, and DaVinci Resolve, they're all going to get you there. Just going to get you there in different ways.
Yeah.
And it's going to be just a cost analysis, which one you want to spend money on, which one you don't. And if you want to spend money and keep spending money, Final Cut Pro. If you want to spend a little bit of money, maybe subscription base, Premiere Pro is great, a lot of add-ins, and then DaVinci Resolve. I have the Pro version, but you don't even need to come close to needing it.
Right,
it's full featured, and then Splice is also great. It's quick, it's easy. It doesn't have the integrations like CapCut, but
I also feel like with. It's gonna get you there for sure, especially if you want to dive into their pro versions. I can't speak on it. I'm not going to tell you to.
I've used them.
Have you?
I've used both.
Yeah, pro. Okay,
Pro's great. The AI features in CapCut are amazing.
Yeah,
especially when it comes to like your captions and stuff.
Okay.
And then the same thing with Splice. Their pro versions are pretty good. Honestly, I use 50-50 between Splice and CapCut if I'm just trying to throw together a quick edit. I might start in one, run into something that's kind of annoying, jump into the other one.
Yeah, I gotcha.
I do have both of them. So I've used every single editing software on this list, and I've edited in TikTok. I've edited in Instagram.
Yeah.
The only annoying part about editing in app is they're going to put their watermark on it.
So there's ways around that.
Yeah. Can we talk about those?
Yeah.
There are ways around it though. So, but those are quick. They're easy. Training audio is great. All right, moving on. Skate news.
TJ Rogers, welcome to Skate Mafia part. I watched it the day it came out. I had a problem. I couldn't tell if he was regular or goofy. He was doing so many switch flip-ins, flip-outs. Incredible skater.
Let us know in the comments. TJ Rogers.
I'm pretty sure he's goofy. I want to be wrong though, so like, someone flame me for that.
I watched it today, and I couldn't tell. I get the vibe that he is goofy. He looks a little bit more powerful out of goofy
but
stance.
then like I'm also goofy. I don't do heel flips, and he's throwing a goofy heel flip. I'm like, that has to be switched.
Just because he's doing a heel flip.
It's not right. But then like the security guard at the end, that was hilarious.
With the water on the ledge. Yeah. But he's, tech wizard. And unassuming too. He goes in and insane flip and flip outs. And
I'm an East Coast guy, like go Birds,
Yeah.
So seeing that type of stuff, I love Skate Mafia, KO Corp, kind of like everything they got going on over
some
there.
New York spots.
New York, Philly. I'm from Jersey. Woohoo. But keeping on the Skate Mafia wave, this is something I've been wanting. I don't know why I haven't gotten one of those micro Skate Mafia
decks. The micro decks from Skate Mafia. Yeah, same thing.
So freaking cool. Like, I heard they're so hard to skate, but like
they look fun.
When I was in like middle school, I'd always ride like the smallest board. Like I was riding a 7.5 until I was probably like 16 years old.
Dude, me too.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be easier to flick and stuff.
Oh, it was
Harder to catch.
I was doing quad flips on flat.
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. Triple flip on flat. I don't think I've ever landed a quad flip, but at 16-year-old flipping a board like that's insane.
Yeah, and when they're that small, they spin quick. But they do look like a lot of fun. Those little micro decks,
yeah,
I would
definitely need to
duct
get
tape one to each foot. Just see
like little
skates.
It'd be like skiing.
It would be like skiing, yeah. But it would be fun to just take one of those to a skate park and shred on it.
What about where's street skiing? I've never seen that. I've seen street snowboarding.
You can see street video parts where skiers go out and they set up. It's got to be like up north somewhere where there's actually snow on the ground.
I definitely got to see that.
Yeah, it is actually kind of sick being an inline skater in the past.
Right.
Street skiing.
It's like snow
cool.
rollerblading almost in a way.
Yeah.
It's fire.
DGK.
Yeah, another KO Corp thing. It looks like they're the topic of discussion here, but
yeah.
Rolling Loud, DGK presenting a music festival, and having that like contest in the beginning. That actually did just happen a couple days before we're filming this.
Yeah.
That is super cool. Like I'm watching I didn't dive into it, but like I think it's a cool kind of concept having integrating skateboarding.
Seeing it jump into other avenues, other areas, and skateboarding and music have always existed together. Like
right.
It's you go to anybody or any skate spot, somebody's trying to get a video part, somebody's probably playing music,
right?
And they are also gonna edit that clip to music, and it's sort of ingrained culturally. It's
super
right?
integrated. So it's like DGK super. I feel like it's like more of like a cultural skateboarding brand. It's like really it's been around into even like like going into that like rap music scene, like what Rolling Loud is. Rolling Loud.
Is that really what it's from?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
I never thought about that. That's funny, and it's only appropriate. Like DGK is going with it.
Appropriate culture.
Heck yeah, they're transcending and they're trying to change the format a little bit. I like that.
And this is something I'm super excited for. The Street League changing its format.
Yeah, speaking of changing format,
just single trick stuff on recreated spots. I know the one that's coming up at the end of this month. I think it's March 30th. They have. I could be wrong. I'm 90% sure it's March 30th, but they're recreating a 9-stair rail from Beverly Hill High. It's going to be pretty much their best trick obstacle, which I definitely always like. I'm like, whenever I watch SLS, I'm like, all right, here's the runs. Kind of like on my phone and stuff. Like, all right, single trick time. Now I'm like locked in.
Yeah, watching those. I watch the full runs every now and again,
right?
But like it's usually
it's like
clips that we want to see.
You get like crazy skaters. Let's put in Chris Jocelyn for instance. Like he's out here at every SLS, but he's a sender.
Oh, for sure.
So it's like he's trying to integrate this huge kickflip out of the arena in the middle of a run.
Mm-hmm. And also, I think that may have happened because the Olympics have included skateboarding, and maybe SLS doesn't want to try to compete with like the pre-qualifiers and stuff.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I feel like this is just going to be good for SLS and for skaters who have been skating in SLS who have not had success because somebody is more consistent on, not necessarily the hardest trick, but consistent enough on hard tricks that they can put together and practice over and over again.
Right.
Comparatively just doing that big banger.
Right.
So,
yeah. One day we'll see that 20 stair come back. I'm just kidding. There's no way.
El Toro SLS. You heard it here first.
That would be insane. But I do love the idea of doing that and bringing back old spots that have been shut down
I think it's super
demolished
cool.
in some way.
Super freaking cool.
Because the younger skaters, they won't get to see it. It's ingrained in our culture, and without someone like SLS,
well, I think it's like super huge because like growing up, I always wanted to skate the Carlsbad Gap, but I'm like,
R.I.P.
I'm 13 years old and live in New Jersey. How the heck am I going to get out to California to go skate a gap? And I'll never know if I'd be able to do it. I never stood on top of it, but just to even ollie it, I would have loved that. That was like my dream spot to skate when I was growing up.
Yeah. So. Speaking of RIP spots, Long Beach Overrail, and this is happening I mean, we're going to keep seeing it because a lot of these spots have been around for a while, and then someone's going to come in and redevelop a space. But like Long Beach over rail, which it was this gigantic gap over rail like into a slope, and
insane.
Only the gnarliest. I mean, just
like,
I think Destenzo did it.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head the list of skaters that did it. It's small. It's
yeah. Like if you're skating this, you're a gnarly guy.
Yeah. But it seems like there is potential that it could become a better spot. From I think the Dern brothers. Okay. They did a video on it.
Yeah, you were showing me that video. I think you sent it over to me.
And I'm curious to see like if the landscape architects and the civil engineers are gonna
we'll see
are gonna ruin that spot, or if they're gonna
nine times out of 10 I feel like. It's not going to happen, but we'll see.
I love the shot. Like sometimes, like if you go to a spot like school spots that are common, right? The spot that's
like
in
the plazas and all that.
Yeah, you'll see like teachers have like skate decks and stuff in the window, kind of like shouting out, like, "Hey, we know, like we know the significance of this spot."
That's fire.
I'd love to see like. It's uncommon for engineers to sort of end up in this space.
Like I feel like you're throwing in like property insurance under that now. It's like too. It's like, hey, like that looks like it could be skateboarded, like from like a inspector or something. Like, no.
Yeah,
that's not happening, guys.
I would love to have the conversation about like the actual liability associated with, because they always make that argument.
Right, but then there's also like contests that happen like in the streets where it's like unlock the spot. Like
they get a permit to skate.
So I mean,
I think they did that at Carlsbad once.
Yeah. And Wallenberg as well.
And any of those, the face melters, I think they get permits for that.
I'm 90% sure 303 probably does that every skate day with the Plat 4. And they throw the rail on it.
We love that. That would be sick to host one of those.
Oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be skating in it on June 21st.
I don't know if I'll be. Oh, that one specifically.
Yeah,
but like
that's just something I do. I'm gonna tray flip it, make $10 again, and
I think sometime I might
land some more stuff this year. We'll see.
I think we got some irons in the fire for some type of a permitted event here in Denver.
I would love to do so. Yeah.
World rankings.
Yeah, the Olympic world rankings for skaters dropped, and I'm going to continuously be upset that how are you a ranked skateboarder in the Olympics, but you don't have a pro model board? What are these companies doing to treat you guys better?
Yeah, I mean, the publicity that you're bringing from people outside the skateboarding community, or the viewership, right, from outside the skateboarding community that comes from like these world events.
Right. This is you're if you are representing your country in any type of sport, I feel like the sport that you're representing should represent you pretty much equivalently. So if you're out here riding for a company representing a brand from your country, you should be the best of the best. And if you're the best of the best, you deserve the best of the best.
Yeah. And also, speaking of best of the best, top 5 riders just happen to be goofy footed.
Let's go. I'm goofy. We're both goofy.
We're
here.
both
Let's
goofy.
Go.
Just might be the best stance there is.
I think it's more powerful. I can. That's just because it feels right to me. But
well, it's because it is right.
Yeah, it is right. It's y'all are goofy. We made it goofy because y'all are goofy for not skating goofy. Okay.
Yeah, you don't get regular. Come on.
Yeah, who wants to be regular in this unique world, this experience we live?
But yeah, the list of skaters like in these world rankings. I mean, we're in the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, Nija's taken the number 2 spot. And there isn't another U.S. skater until we get all the way down to Jagger Eaton at Park
Jagger
12.
Eaton. Oh, I remember skating with Jagger Eaton at Curbside. That was a good day.
Shreds.
Yeah, it was insane.
But
he complimented my tray flip.
It's a good compliment.
Yeah. Jagger Eaton said, I have a good tray flip, which we're going to actually talk about soon.
Coming up a little bit later.
In a second.
But yeah, love to see the world skate, the rankings.
I've actually never watched an Olympic skateboarding event.
I have not either, but I do know that the skate parks are starting to get designed with the intention of skateboarding being the Olympics. Yeah, so they're building the parks with that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That is skate news.
So we're going to go dive into the clip of the week over here. This is a Sonar Nug on Instagram.
Yeah, sorry we don't know your actual name, but Sonar
Nug. He's out here getting nugs from the Sonar.
Man, I saw this the other day. I haven't watched this in like a week, but So you want to break down what he does real quick, Tristan?
So he is pumping the park, hops into this like pump
wave roller kind of
pump
thing.
Roller.
Yeah.
And he is doing this massive frontside lip slide on and it's like not like an impressive rail to do a lip slide on, but like for how far you're gapping out to do that. If I tried this, I don't think I believe my board would withstand the impact.
Zero chance
on the rail. I'm sacking. I'm done. I would never think to try that. That is like really insane.
Yeah.
Definitely shout out Sonar Nug.
That is big.
That is
love that he's wearing a helmet.
If you're doing that, slap a helmet on me too. All right, slap a helmet for my friends downstairs too.
Golly, but like that, it's at a skate park and it's just a lot of energy.
Look at the one comment. How many boards did you break trying this trick?
Seriously, and this kid's smaller.
My board would snap and I'd go right to the taint.
I don't think full size human is pulling this trick off. Just
hope that was a flight deck.
Yeah, that's the commitment on this, unbelievable. Good on you, Sonar Nug.
Sonar Nug. Yeah, I got to give you a follow for shouting you out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'll follow you after this when I logged in on my computer.
All right, through the lens. All right, this week in Through the Lens, we have yours truly, Tristan.
We were saying of my Jaggerine approved tray flip over here.
We have, this is the portion where we talk about the edit, and we're talking about Tristan's tray flip. It always looks solid, clean, crisp. Comment on it.
Crisp, clean skateboard network.
So this is at Curbside Skate Park.
It is not curbside.
This is
Cushing.
At Cushing Skate Park. And it is Tristan doing his...
Do my thing.
Gayest skateboard maneuver.
Yeah, love it.
All right, we're talking about how this edit happened. So I am right in front of Tristan. We have a 20 millimeter lens with... I think this was shot at 120 frames per second, and then we slowed it down a little bit more in post. We don't gatekeep the things we do here, and we got this slowed down a little bit more. We used AI to fill in those frames because we wanted it to be a little bit slower. And honestly, if you go back and watch the clip, you will see if you follow the light post between Tristan's legs, you will see AI do what AI does best and mess things up just a little bit. It looks like a dope slow-mo shot, but we basically doubled its slow speed.
Yeah.
So I think we're going down to 8 times slow motion from the original 4 times slow motion. Everything was captured in frame. It opens up. You'll see a lens flare in this. This is a superficial lens flare added in post. That adds that additional cinematic look, and it's important to track that with where the sun would actually be. You can't just throw in a lens flare and just like let it sit in the middle of the image. It has to look real, or else
it's gonna look wonky.
Yeah, and that's the thing with any type of edit. If you notice the edit in a way that you're distracted from what is happening on screen, then you're not doing a good job in the edit. So we go out of our way to try and make edits that sort of live incognito and like let the attention go where it deserves to go. It goes to the skater doing the trick.
And it's also like with these like cinematic edits we're doing, everything has to be so perfect. Because imagine,
Right.
you know, I didn't do like, you could see that I didn't land 100% bolts on the tray flip, but it was pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
But like if my foot was on top of like somewhere else and it looked awkward, we're
Yeah.
going to have to run that back.
Oh, absolutely.
Because we're seeing literally every instance
Yeah.
in that moment that was captured.
That's
So,
yeah, it's the scary part about slow-mo and like capturing tricks in slow motion is that like you're opening yourself up to criticism as the skater.
be perfect.
You got to be confident in your trick, and like good thing like you're good at tray flips, yet you'll get it clean 99% of the time.
Oh, we gotta throw the tray flip that I filmed yesterday, just like right after it. I did this first try tray flip over the trash can yesterday, the one that I posted.
Yeah.
I yeeted that first try. I'm like watching it, I'm like, because like I do this tray flip out the bank like all the time just for fun. But then I'm watching that one, I'm like going so fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, I should just do it that fast all the time and then like crush like a line at the park.
Oh, I'm big fan of speed when it comes to tricks.
Like I'm probably doing it like 3 times faster than my normal like run because
Yeah.
I'm thinking I have to clear this trash can.
Yeah.
And it would look so much better. And it got like 4 likes on Instagram.
You'll notice the difference between the edits. That was
Yeah.
filmed on a phone.
Yeah, it's filmed iPhone.
Filmed iPhone. iPhone does a pretty good job
It
in
was
high
filmed
light conditions.
iPhone and then I messaged over to me off of Wi-Fi, so it's kind of crunchy, but not that bad.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like still did it, right? And yeah, with that frame rate, when we dropped it down with the AI tool, if you want to know what that tool is, just let us know in the comments and we'll drop it down there.
Yeah. And we could speak on it.
Yeah, lighting here, obviously, it's an outdoor edit. You don't have any control over the lighting besides
Well,
settings
what
on your
were
camera.
you saying yesterday when we were out filming? What's the worst time to be out there filming?
Oh, high noon. That's what time this is.
Yeah.
And it is terrible just because you get really harsh shadows. Everything, the sun's coming straight down, really harsh shadows under the neck, under the eyes. And
I
like,
look a little red yesterday, or from yesterday.
yeah, everything's it gets blown out,
Yeah.
and it's hard to expose. I can't say it's hard to expose correctly because you can do it. It's just it's never going to look as good at filming around what's golden hour, which is like the last hour,
Yeah, like
2 hours
5,
before
6,
sundown,
7 p.m. depending on the time of the year.
or blue hour early in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm not waking up that early, so we're not.
You'll catch me up early, but I ain't gonna answer the phone.
And then lastly, pacing. This is just a quick. It's
Yeah.
just a quick tray flip. The pacing is time to music.
we filmed it twice and then just was like, all right, whichever. They were both pretty good.
Yeah.
And then just chose whichever one was better.
Pacing will come more into play in longer edits with multiple clips, but like with just a single clip, only thing we're paying attention to is the timing of the pop, timing of the land, and then that's about it. So make sure that you get that on time with the music and you're good to go. And then we just throw in Skateboard Network to let you know that we're the ones that did it.
Yeah.
And
we could do it for you too.
we tag the skaters. We give credit to the skaters. I hate it when you'll see like an Instagram or a TikTok just stealing clips from skaters and not giving them any props.
Yeah, like that guitar. Like we wanted to make a clip of the week of this dude doing a
Hill bomb, right?
hill bomb on a guitar skateboard, but it was some repost TikTok account.
Yeah.
And
Give credit where
we
credit's
we
due.
couldn't give credit to it, so we didn't put it on there. If you want to see the clip, shoot us a DM. We'll throw it over to you.
Yeah, and if
Super
you're in
sick, but
if you're in the Denver area,
or if
and
you know
want a clip,
who that clip is,
yeah.
let us know because we want to shout you out on the next show.
Absolutely. And if you're in the Denver area and you want a clip like this, let us know. We'd love to film it. And also, we're going to give you credit.
And the clip is yours. That's the thing.
Yeah, dude. I feel like I want to continue on that same subject, and because that's something that we're starting to hear is getting pretty common in the industry.
Yeah, so pretty much like we got a bunch of up and coming skaters getting filmed by filmers, and the filmers just don't want to give out the footage because they want it to be part of their video.
Clip gatekeeping is
It's crazy.
I
don't want to dive too much into it. I don't want to get personal or anything. So
no, but we can
Yeah.
talk about that just as a whole because it happens everywhere. Like you don't have to hold on to clips like that. I get it for the sake of like the clip is intended specifically for a video part,
right?
and the filmer is hired by
Said company,
some brand,
all that
right? Like
stuff.
if Red Bull hires you,
and if there's some contracts
filmer.
behind it, but from most knowledge that I have is that there's not really much contracting going on in
skateboarding. It's
like
a lot
that.
of relationship style,
unless it's really
Huge.
higher up and you're a pro. I haven't seen that with my eyes or whatever, but I'm sure like that there's some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, so I think
sure.
I think it'd be cool to sort of set the precedent that like we're a legitimate media company. We
want to give credit to the person doing what they're doing. It's not our stuff.
Yeah,
like,
and
we're gonna use it. Like we're filming it. The deal is we get to use it, but it's yours.
We're going to use it like to promote you,
right?
Like you and brand.
And per se, say you're riding for a big brand and they want to use it first and drop it first. Cool. But let them do it.
We'll have that conversation. Like that's the thing is you got to set the expectation on the front end. You can't have a skater go out there, film a trick, and then tell him afterwards, hey, like you don't get the clips. Like these are my clips. And
thank you.
if we want to release it, we're going to release it. But you can't really do anything until we release it. Like that's not cool. Like 2-3 years later, if like something falls through, the edit never happens. I don't know. Maybe that's a conversation for a different shred show. But I think that's something that we're not doing that.
No, we are for the people.
We're helping the skaters, we're helping the filmers, and we're helping the brands, but we're just making sure.
Just want to help you get your name out, promote your stuff, and get you to where you want to be. Want to help you achieve your goals. So that's what we're here for. That's kind of one of our biggest missions.
Yeah.
So, moving along.
Moving along. That's Through the Lens. Moving on to Copper Drop. Copper Drop.
For $100, you can own your own Skate Mafia micro board.
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, but we have to put it in here.
Yeah, I desperately want one. So if Skate Mafia are watching this, I mean, like I could totally buy it, but like I've never think about like, let me go get the micro board until I start talking about it. 20 minutes from now, I'm going to forget that I want it.
Yeah. And that's the thing is like, I still promote like supporting brands and like paying for things. And oftentimes like there's a lot of like in skateboarding, everybody, you want stuff for free because like, why not? Yeah. But I feel like instead of just accepting things for free, it's like, hey, how about instead of our contract being you send it to us and we accept it for free, like we'll do an edit or something with it that makes it look sick.
We'll make a whole video on it. It'll be fun.
Yeah, and they have a couple iterations too. Like they have a couple of different shapes. I want that more old school style. I just think it looks fun.
That would just be cool.
Good like little baby filmer board that you can kind of bring around.
Yeah, I definitely want the popsicle one, and then just doing like just have like a regular day on the micro board.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of the Eggzilla here.
Yeah, and shoot, I mean, I'm sure you could get caught in a rut like you're skating, getting clips, and then
just have a fun day.
Yeah, you start. I wouldn't say you stop having fun, but like you start putting pressure on yourself that really it starts to take the fun out of it a little bit. So
yeah, when you mix your passion with work, you can get stuck in a hole.
Yeah.
You feel like you have to achieve more, but if you have to achieve more, then you probably would have already at this point.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like you're
for fun.
Just do you?
Yeah.
Have fun.
So Copper Drop.
For $100, you can have your own Skate Mafia mini board, and that is a definite cop.
Definite cop.
Definite cop.
I want one too.
Okay,
I think I'm copping too.
Business expense.
Business expense.
Let's go.
All right, moving on. Copper Drop. We got rotating camera mounts. This is something that I saw a couple of years ago. And I can't remember the company that originally released it, but I am now starting to see other larger companies releasing the same concept where you basically mount it on your camera and it rotates around the lens so you can go from landscape to portrait mode, which is, I mean, if you've seen me changing it, I have to like unscrew things and rebolt things in different places on the cage.
You do a billion things and I'd let you do you.
And it's just a giant pain to switch between portrait and landscape when you have a filming rig set up. But this rotating camera mount is great for just ease and convenience of switching between the two for photographers, for videographers. I'm not sure how great it'll work with a cage. I don't have one. I probably would buy it more for photography than videography. But depending on how you have your rig set up, I think it can work either way. But I think it's probably something that copper drop, probably a cop.
Probably a cop.
Probably a cop. It seems like a good product.
Yeah, let's get it. Next is up, my favorite shoe. We got our Ray
SB Dunks.
SB Dunks. I'm horrible with names, so if you could help me out here, because I'm gonna butcher it.
Well, I know that she pronounces it different. Just like we call it Brazil, and they pronounce it Brasil. So I'm gonna pronounce it the way that I am reading it, and it's Raíssa Leal. It's her signature SB Dunk lows.
It actually dropped this morning that we're filming this.
Yeah, 8 a.m.
And I opened up the sneakers app at 8 o'clock on the dot.
Yeah.
Tried to buy them.
Nothing.
I'm literally, it's like, all right, like I picked my shoes. This first kind of like, like I actually like this pair. And it wouldn't let me hit submit payment. So
sold out before she shreds. Like
I get it. Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, like I wanted the shoe. I think this is an actually cool dunk.
I'm not a fan of purple, but I would do it just to support her. I love what she's doing.
I just I'm not going to skate SB Dunks. I don't like how they feel, but I really enjoy Nike.
Yeah.
I like their aesthetic. I'm a fashionable person, I'd like to say. So that would be a cop for me, but I'm not paying over retail because I think that it's stupid on sneaker resales. I can keep going on and on about this. Why Dunks or
cough, StockX, cough, eBay.
Cough, like, all right, I get it. But
yeah, these are sick. I think the way they describe it, pure platinum and vivid purple, if you were to Google it, SB Dunk lows.
Also, it's a random on the pair, I heard. Either if you're getting a purple check or a dark blue navy check.
Really?
Yeah, you don't get to choose.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I would want the dark blue one, the navy one.
Yeah. Or I thought it was just like they had two separate checks, but it's actually two different shoes.
Good on you, Nike.
That's what I heard. Not confirmed, but I'm pretty sure. It was a valid source that I was getting it from.
She shreds. Yeah. Love to see it.
Tried to cop.
All right, this is the part where we check the mail. We do have something to check today.
Yeah, we did. We did get something.
We did. We talked about it in the last shred show.
Yeah.
No, 2 shred shows ago. I pre-ordered the Laowa 10 millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
We already opened it.
Yeah,
we used
filmed it.
Yeah, and dropped it.
Well, that was that lens hood. I feel like what you should do is more or less on this segment, kind of just put in a piece of the footage we got yesterday. Yeah, and just go over and like just how it looks, because we can show you the lens right now, but it's gonna look like a lens, right?
It looks like a lens.
It looks like a lens with a dented lens hood.
And we're gonna talk about that lens. It'll be a separate video, but yeah, it's so far I like it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that's it for Check the Mail. And that's also it for this week's Shred Show. Tune in next week where we're going to talk about AMs versus Pro.
What's the difference?
Who knows?
This has been my kind of like struggle this past like forever. Like,
yeah, we've brought it up.
Are you doing these crazy ass tricks and you don't have a pro board? I need this. I need this by summertime. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm Tristan.
I'm Taylor. All that and more on next week's Shred Show. If you have anything you want us to talk about, throw it in the comments, and we'll see you.